Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where we just don't watch football, but we talk about it like we're at the bar watching it with our mates. Today's episode is packed and I'm asking big questions. First of all, let's talk about Arsenal. Arsenal so far, I think, have done great with the transfer signings they made, and kudos to them as well because they're chasing Gyökeres and they're trying to get Noni Madueke into the building as well. Some people are not happy with the chasing of Noni Madueke. Some are, some are in the middle between the whole thing. But personally, I know what I think, and I think Noni Madueke addition to Arsenal is a good signing for Arsenal. We used to know Arsenal back in the days; they were a team of 11. When you have Thierry Henry, you have no one on the same level or two levels beneath Thierry Henry. It has to be someone who is far beneath. When Arsenal had Robbie Van Persie, I remember they had Nicolas Bentner as a coming up striker. So when you have a player like Van Persie and Bentner is pushing him, Bentner cannot push Van Persie. It's not possible. So you need players who can actually push your best players to the next level. If you have a player like Noni Madueke breathing at the neck of Saka, that's a good competition. You can't have Ethan Nwaneri pushing Saka. Ethan Nwaneri is far beneath where Saka is. If you look at the stats of all Arsenal players per 90 minutes so far this season and compare that to Noni Madueke, you can see that only Saka is just ahead of Noni Madueke. Noni Madueke is ahead of all the other players. And in fact, Noni Madueke has more shots on target than Saka. This is because Noni Madueke is very direct. When he has the ball, he's looking for the kill. He's a very physical player, and Noni likes to actually dribble, likes to take on defenders. And if he feels that he can take you on, he will do that 10 times a game. Arsenal don't have that kind of player. So having Noni Madueke added to that squad is bringing in a different skill set to what you already have. Yes, again, it's not so good coming up from the right side of the pitch, although he has done it a few times, but I think the body of work together, why Arteta is getting Noni Madueke is because of that Saka position. Because you can't be paying 50-odd million for a player that has barely played on the other side of the pitch. So I believe that Arsenal are splashing that cash because they believe that Noni Madueke will push Saka to the next level. Yes, he can come on the other side a few times. Yes, he can actually play different positions a few times. But the reason why they are getting in Noni Madueke is for that Saka's position. There's a lot of games to be played. And having a player like Noni Madueke is playing in the Premier League sometimes or Champions League sometimes while Saka rests, it's a good addition to your team. Again, Arsenal going for Gyökeres ahead of Benjamin Sesko is a fantastic addition to the team. This is because when you have a player like Gyökeres to your team, you're having a more mature player, a player who has actually played in the Premier League, a player who actually knows how to score a lot of goals. This is the best transfer for Arsenal because having a player like Sesko coming to the building, he's just 23. You don't know what he can actually offer. You haven't really seen him doing it at the biggest stages of football. Yes, he has done it for Leipzig, but scoring 13 goals in the Bundesliga, is that enough risk for you to spend 90-odd million? I don't think so. I think Arsenal getting Gyökeres is a better deal for Arsenal because I believe Gyökeres gives you like 4 or 5 years at the top level. And if he can actually perform for Arsenal, win them the league 1 or 2 times, and also add the Champions League or a few other trophies to the book, I don't care if he's 40 years old. As long as he's done it and he's scored goals for Arsenal, I think that's a good deal for Arsenal. Let's look into the Arsenal transfer strategy so far. I think people are forgetting how great is a window Arsenal having. So what Arsenal have done is they have gone for proving. They've gone for maturity. They've gone for players who have actually done it before. They've gone for players who have the ability to actually do it at any stage. And players who they believe are Premier League proven or players who they believe are proven at the top level. For instance, Arsenal let go of the goalkeeper situation with Neto. And who did they get in? Kepa. They paid 5 million for Kepa, who Chelsea bought for 70-odd million. Kepa, in case you forgot, is still the highest transferred goalkeeper in football history. Arsenal got in the Kepa. Kepa had a fantastic season at Bournemouth last season as the first-choice goalkeeper. So he's proven in the Prem. Also, remember he played for Chelsea. Remember he won Champions League and Europa League with Chelsea. So Kepa is proven at the top level. Getting the Kepa, who is really old and forgotten, to push a David Raya, it's a good deal for Arsenal. So having a Kepa coming in to push David Raya, also Kepa wants to start game. I know Arteta will stick with David Raya, but having the Kepa to push David Raya is good heading for Arsenal. So even if you have Kepa playing in any game, let's say the cup game, you are still keeping in that same level. I think Arsenal going for a Mosquera is a fantastic deal for them. For 20-odd million, this is cheap. I would have thought Liverpool just swoop in and get this guy since they're about to lose Konate. But Arsenal are going in for the kill. And I think this still highlights how intentional Arteta is going into this season. Arsenal are getting a player who's very good in the air, and tackle-wise, he's proven. He's very, very good. This is a guy that never let nothing go on sniffs. He goes for everything. He's like a Caicedo playing in the defense position. He's good in the air, he's good on the floor, and he goes for those tackles. And when he goes for a tackle, he's 95% sure to get the ball. So Arsenal getting this player to fill in that spot for Tomiyasu, fantastic deal for Arsenal. Let's look into the midfield position. Arsenal lost Partey and Jorginho. And what did they do? They went to Brentford and got a no guard. What Norgard gives you is what exactly you lose from a Jorginho and a Partey. This is a player who doesn't want to be the celebrity of the team. He wants to do the dirty work for the team to actually take the glory. Norgard coming into Arsenal brings a maturity. He's a captain. He's a leader. He's a player who understands how to read the game. He's a player who knows how to detect play. He's a player who's actually defensively solid. Arsenal getting the Norgard to replace Jorginho and Partey is fantastic for Arsenal. I think this is a bargain. I think this is the real important deal for Arsenal. Norgard proves Arsenal a 10th for next season. Maturity, league spirit, Premier League proven, and a player who comes in and does the job. He's not going to come in and settle, need some time to adapt. No. He's very good. He's going to come in and do exactly what Arsenal wants him to do. And again, Arsenal are getting in a modern-day Ilarimendi. In case you don't know who Arsenal Ilarimendi is, before moving to Real Madrid, where it didn't work for him, he was one of the players to watch at La Liga. He takes the play, modern-day Xabi Alonso type of player. Although he doesn't have the long-range passes, but what you can get from a player like Martin Zubimendi is solidity. Defensively, very sharp. Good at receiving the ball deep in the midfield. Good at pushing the ball forward. He's very mobile. So Arsenal having Zubimendi and Gyökeres give them a very, very mobile midfield. Anyone can go. Arriving at the box, very, very good. Second ball is very, very good. Slapping the ball, kicking those passes, making those defensive passes, he's very, very good. So I think Arsenal getting the Zubimendi and a Gyökeres in the midfield just behind Odegaard is fantastic. So Arsenal are getting a fantastic bargain for this deal. So I think Zubimendi, Odegaard, and Gyökeres for Arsenal midfield next season is troublesome. This is a midfield that people should actually be scared of because it will be very, very mobile midfield, a midfield that has goals in it, a midfield that has great passes in it, a midfield that has defensively solidity as well as offensive threat. So I think Arsenal have done fantastically well in that midfield. Not forgetting the fact that having Norgard, who's going to be a mature player, coming in 1 or 2 times in the pitch, or even playing some games where you have to rest a player, that is a solid balance in the midfield. But I'll say to Arsenal, whatever you do, do not lose Ethan Nwaneri. Don't lose him. I know the guy is unhappy because, yes, having a number 9 pushes Kai Havertz to come into the midfield. So Kai Havertz may actually be the second fiddle or even the first choice to Odegaard if Arteta wishes to do that. And that pushes Ethan Nwaneri behind the pecking order for players who could actually play at that number 10 position because he's a half 10. This leads me to ask the question why Manchester United are not going for a player like Ethan Nwaneri. Because if you're going to spend 60-odd million for Mbeumo, whose contract expires next season, and you're trying to get someone to play that half 10 position for you, why not swoop it for Nwaneri? Offer him the game time he wants. Offer him the opportunity. Look, you're going to play 25 more games if you come here and you're good enough. I think if Mbeumo actually loves United, the fact that Brentford are making it very difficult for United to get a deal done, I think United should play the long game. Allow Mbeumo to wait. Wait on the whole season because no one is getting him early. Kudus has gone to Tottenham. Liverpool are not getting Mbeumo. Arsenal are getting Mbeumo. So play the long game. It is your signing. Allow him to wait. Run the contract because Brentford are making it difficult for you. Anyway, that's it for another video. Just wanted to talk about Arsenal for you. Let you know what they've done so far this season. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Are Arsenal doing the right thing?